Hi community, some of you may already know me, and for those of you that are new, I am Jennifer and I am the founder of the Carney Complex Community Support Group on Facebook. Today is February 21st, 2021, and it's the 10th anniversary of our support group. And since I kind of missed out on the 5th anniversary back in 2016, because I was kind of, focused on trying to get the Awareness Day started and the awareness page up and running, I kind of just figured I probably should not let this one pass me by. It also being 1 week before Worldwide Rare Disease Day on February 28th, I thought, why not tell you why Rare Disease Day was so important and actually an essential component to starting the group. I grew up with Carney Complex, so the need to connect with others walking a similar path in life was already there. And for the longest time, all I wanted to be was normal. So during that time, I was not able to say it, but because of all of the hospital appointments I had and also the surgeries, I did start feeling and knowing that I was different from people, that were at the same age as me. Things really took a turn for me when my adrenals had to come out. Up until then, all the screenings and surgeries were something I could just, sweep under the rug. Out of sight, out of mind. And I tell you, though, not having any adrenals really pulled the rug up from under my feet. And that's when the feeling of being isolated to the world and to the people around me really started intensifying. In 2004, I decided to go to the NIH to have my adrenals removed. The NIH is in the US. And during that stay, I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Satakis and the chance to ask him, is there a support group? He answered, no, not yet, but maybe you could start one. And I kind of still have to laugh at this because I can remember thinking to myself, yeah, right, as if I had time for that, It's just typical 19-year-old at the time, more focused on school and trying to get an education. But yeah, so that sentence really stuck with me though, maybe you could start one. So I did try 3 years later, in about 2007, to find people nationally, but that didn't really merit any results. And then another 3 years later, there was the first Rare Disease Day event in Switzerland. As I sat there listening to the presentations of other people and just hearing about what they've been through, I finally thought I was able to connect to people. People who had actually experienced the same things or similar things than I had. And it really inspired me to go ahead and start the support group for people with Carney Complex. And I also knew that it would have to be international, So what I took away from that event was that if I wanted something to change, I could not wait around for somebody else to come along. I had to be the change. And I was convinced that there must be others feeling the same way, having trouble finding people on a national level, or even just finding people that they could talk to that understood what they were saying. At this point, I also want to mention that I received a huge boost from my cousin Ben Jackson. Ben had Parkinson's and had been advocating for it. He was such an encourager, He was very knowledgeable and shared great information with me. At this point, quick shout out to Effie and Melina. Hi guys. So yeah, in essence, the desire to connect and break the isolations were the pod and seed. That short interaction between Dr. Satakis and me added the soil. Attending the Rare Disease Day event ended up being the fertilizer and my cousin Ben's encouragement, the water to finally let that seed grow. February 21st, 2011 was the day I plucked up all my courage, discarded all of my doubts that I had up until that point, and just started a support group on Facebook. Here we are, 10 years later. The group is still growing. The community is international, and there's just a better chance of finding somebody, you know? So yeah, if you're looking to connect or even just awaiting diagnosis and kind of like wanting to find out more about this disease, I'll be sure to drop the link to the support group in the video description below. I hope to see you soon. Take care, stay healthy, and just know that you are not alone.